artists along the Golden Road experience the Northwest through its art and the artists who live here. Northwest artists are passionate about art, and Golden Road Arts extends their passion through education. We're on an arts mission, introducing children to art.
So one of the things that Monet's garden had a beautiful bridge. And so one of the things I would like us to do today is make a bridge. And so what I've done, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to do this on another piece of paper so you can see it as well. One of the things that we can do is we can take tape, and we're going to make a bridge with tape. And so what we're going to do, so Monet's bridge looked very Japanese. So the Japanese bridges they're foot bridges. They're made for people to walk across, not cars to go across. So we're going to take our tape and we're going to try to make it in a circle. This is a real gentle circle. So it's very hard to bend tape around a circle. So the easiest way to do it is to tear it in little pieces and just kind of bend it around a circle. Because, you know, if you tried to bend this tape, what would happen? You'd just have big wrinkles in it and it wouldn't look good. And then pretty soon you'd have paint going underneath the tape and it wouldn't be a nice clean thing. So we're going to do two rows of this tape. Okay, there's the end. We're going to do 2 rows of this tape, 1 row for the bottom and 1 row for the handrail. Because, you know, if you're going to walk across a bridge like this, across a pond with water lilies in it, the last thing you want to do is not have a handrail because you don't want to fall in the water. So we're going to do our handrail here. So this would be what you'd hold on to as you walked across the bridge. And then one of the things that you also need is you need some pieces that were going up and down so that you wouldn't fall through, because you don't want to fall through the bridge and end up in the water. So I was just talking with my friend this morning and I said, do you think that when Monet was a young person, maybe he was 20, 25, do you think that he thought, I'm going to be somebody who's going to change art and I'm going to get everyone to look at things the way I do, and when they see the work, they're going to think, what a beautiful impression it is of the harbor or the tree or the garden. And so I don't think he thought that, but he started a whole thing of art that's called Impressionism because of the way he saw light bouncing back and forth off of things. He wanted to just paint an impression of something and not have it look exactly like it. And so a lot of artists started doing it after he started doing it. They started using that same technique, and it started a whole bunch of artists called Impressionists, because they all decided to paint how they felt about things and how they saw the light, rather than how it really actually looked. So one of the things I've got here is this is really cool. This is a little sponge on a stick. And so I'm going to do the same thing I did on my other thing. I'm going to paint some blue at the top. I'm going to paint some green at the top for the trees that are going to be coming down here. They're going to be coming down through this. Ooh, this is really fun. I like this one. Look how easy that is to do. So they're coming down through on the top of behind this pond, which is going to be at the bottom. You think you could do this? You could get a sponge and paint like this? It's pretty easy. You know, and it's your artwork. So, you know, when it's your artwork, You can make it any way you want. So if you wanted to put a little bit of blue in the, little blue up here in the trees, sometimes they're darker at the top. We could get a little blue in the top. That would be all right because it would be your work. So it could be any way you wanted it. Okay, so now we're going to do the bottom here, which is going to be this is going to be the water. Now you notice I have paint on my hands, but you know what happens? This is water-soluble paint. So water-soluble means that it mixes with water, and it means that it will wash right off. Here's my white. I'll get a little white in here. So I can just wash my hands with soap and water when I'm done. And all the, let me get a little purple in there. Maybe under the bridge we'll put the purple because, you know, it's probably darker there because it's probably in the shadow a little bit. So does that look like water to you? I think it looks pretty good like water. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let this also dry. And I want to put some, oh, you know, one of the things I wanted to do here that I didn't do is I wanted to put some flowers in this, you know. Water lilies have flowers on them, and oftentimes they're pink. So we're just going to put little pink flowers in here. We've got some white, we've got some pink. Does that look like flowers? I think it looks a little bit like flowers. Okay, so we've got our bridge and our, we're going to just let that dry for a minute.